You want to convert your internship to a full time role? Come here. I will tell you how you can do that. Yes, I did it too, so you're in the right place. Come, 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 come. My name is Jessica Fortunes. I am a marketing professional and I recently got a full time role from my internship. So, in today's video, I'm going to share with you step by step guide on how you can go about converting your internship to a full time role. So, if that's something you're interested in, make sure to watch this video till the very end. Okay. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. To returning subscribers, to new guys, welcome. My name is Jessica Fortunes, and here on my channel, I share my journey to becoming the very best marketing professional. And guess what? I also share tips and tricks for young professionals who want to start a career in marketing as well. Why? Because the top is more exciting when we are there together. I know that Ashake said it's only at the top, but I don't want it to be lonely at my top. So I'm going to share the tips and tricks with you. So if that's something you're interested in, you're definitely in the right place. So welcome. Okay, so in today's video, we're talking about how do we convert our internship to full-time role. The job market is somehow now. So if you have an internship and you're thinking, I want these people to keep me, to retain me after, let's talk. Let's talk. This is where you're supposed to be, okay? The very first thing is you need to have a goal, right? You need to have a goal, and your goal serves as your North Star. And this is because when you don't have a North Star or you don't have a direction, you will fall for anything. You need to have a goal. What is the goal of this internship for me? What do I hope to achieve? For us, is to get a job. For some other people, it's for volunteering. Some other people is because the school requires that they do it. For some other people is because they just want to have the organization on their CV. All of these reasons are very valid reasons, but our own reason is to get a job. So we need to have that at the back of our mind so that it can guide us and so that we know where we are going to. I'll share my personal experience with you. When it was time for me to go for my postgrad internship, that is after my master's degree, we had 3 months of compulsory internship. And so when it was time for that, I had one goal. I wanted to work at a place that had the possibility of giving me a full-time role after my internship. Why? Because I did not want to be under any pressure to get a job immediately. I wanted to take my time. So I needed a place that had the potential to at least retain me for a while so that even if I wanted to job hunt, I would do it from a place of comfort, of convenience, and take my time to apply for the best place. Instead of, I'm out of school. Okay, I'm just going to take anything from a place of desperation. I didn't want to do anything from a place of desperation. I like to take my time. So it was very important for me that I had a place that would retain me. So I had a goal. So that's why a goal is very, very important. Number two thing is after you have a goal, you need to make sure that it is aligned with the organization you're going to. I remember that one of the organizations that actually offered me a spot or an internship told me that they didn't have a vacancy that I could fill. So in my head, I knew that after my internship, the likelihood of me getting full-time role was very low. So I turned it down. And I know that even though you have a goal, you might not always be sure that it would happen after 3 months, right? Or after the 6 months. But you want to go for a place that has higher chances, right? Life is a lot about making sure that your chances are increased. So if you go to a place that has a position opened, it means that they need you. And so the possibility that you would get the job after is higher. So that was how I was thinking about it. And it was also the same thing that I mentioned to my school and my internship office when we were all searching. It was very important to me that, see, I don't want to have to struggle. I want to take my time. So I need a place that would actually allow me to do the work or the thing that I've learned in school and also allow me to probably stay there for a while. So let's put that into consideration. So I was looking for companies that were aligned with my goal. That's the second thing. Now, number three thing is you need to get the internship, right? And how do you get an internship? I would really just be petty or cocky here and say, you go to a great school. I'm sorry, guys, but that's like one of the best ways. So when you're thinking about schooling, you're not just thinking about the education that you're trying to get. You're thinking about other benefits. I know that one of the strongest benefits PAU has over a few other private universities is the fact that they help their students to get internship. So you won't think about that when you're applying to schools. But if unfortunately you don't have that opportunity, then you need to reach out to people on LinkedIn, reach out to companies. I know that a couple of guys that I got opportunity to talk to were from LinkedIn, right? And because I was at that point sharing and talking about what I did, all of that, they reached out to me and they offered me an internship. But I did eventually take it. But basically, I was able to get a few of them from LinkedIn. And then from my friends as well, we're talking to each other. Okay, what do you have? Who do you know here? You're talking to people, all of that. So basically, putting yourself out there and talking to the right people, having the right relationships will help you get the internship. Now we get to the point where you have gotten the internship. Now, this is the important part. You now have the internship. How do you convert that internship to a full time role? The very first thing or part of the next thing you need to do once you get there is there's something called stakeholder mapping. I learned this in school. There's a lot of things that I've learned in school. I'm just giving you people for free. If you know how much I paid for this information. But it's okay. It's okay. You do what we call stakeholder mapping. Stakeholder mapping, right? You go into the organization and you find out who are the key people in this organization that have a very high chance of making the decision if I stay or if I leave. You map it out. Sometimes it's very obvious your line manager, one, because you will not come to a team if your line manager does not like you. So you have to know that your line manager is a very strong stakeholder. And stakeholder means people who are important in making the decisions regarding a decision that you're trying to make or regarding you. The people that have influence, basically. If they say no, that means you're going to go. So you need to know who they are because they are the gatekeepers in a way. So you get what I mean? So the first person is obviously going to be your line manager. Another person might be your HR. Another person could be a person who is in another department, right? Who just has some sort of influence. Or maybe the people that were there when they were interviewing you for the internship, if you were interviewed. Another person or people could be your team members, the people you're working with every day in the team or in the organization. They're all stakeholders. So you need to map out who the most important people are. So when you map it out and you say, this person is important, that person is important, that person is important, you say, okay, you now come. Right? You know what you're going to do? This one is very important. Very important. If you have not taken anything since, take this one. What you're going to do is you're going to work hard and you're going to impress them. You're going to do what? You're going to work hard and you impress them. Like, if you're in an organization that has 100 people, 200 people, you cannot impress everybody because everybody will not see you, which is why you have to first do your stakeholder mapping. Who is very important that needs to know that I am working, that I am valuable in this place? Find them out and then work hard and make sure they're impressed. And how do you do that? Make sure they see the working. I was at a panel session yesterday, and one of the things that the speaker said was, you have to show working. And that's what you have to do. You have to show working. You have to show them why you are important and valuable in that organization. So when you do the work, you cannot do, oh, I'm going to work, but I'm going to let my work speak for me. You only have 3 months to convince them. And in fact, you have only 2 months because as the second month, you should already be knowing whether you're going to stay or you're going to leave. So you don't have time unless your father is the owner of the organization. Then you can let your work speak for you. But if not, your work will not speak for you. So you need to show your work. You need to do work, be confident, and show the work that you are doing so that they will know that this person is valuable. And you need to own whatever it is, that position that you're in that they've given you. You need to own it. Like your life depends on it. Own it and do it very well. That it's like, this girl, she's taking care of this position. She's owning it. I'm impressed. Find out what those people that are very important, what they like. Help them. I'm not saying kiss ass, right? Don't do that, right? People can see through that, but just be very good at what you're doing for the person, for the organization. Very good, and make sure that you loud it and you show working and you make people know that I did it, and when I'm here, everything is covered. When I'm here, you don't have to worry about anything. Just be a valuable member of that team, right? That is one thing you need to do. Now, the next thing is you need to communicate, you need to talk, right? You need to talk about what your intentions are. Maybe after like the first 1 month, your boss is happy with you. He's saying, "Well done," giving you good recommendations. You're doing the job very well, very good girl, well done, right? Good boy, well done. You now start to talk small, small, softly, just be dropping it. That, but I would like to stay. Oh, I like this organization. Oh, what you think? You start dropping hints that I don't mind staying, or boss, I don't mind staying. If there's nobody, this role that I'm feeling is very important, and you don't want it to, you don't want people to go. You start dropping hints that you are open to staying, right? You have these conversations, like it is in your favor if you have like some sort of good relationship with whoever it is, so that you can tell them. But even if you don't, like maybe they are very strict and all of that, it's okay too. But once in a while, just say, the organization is very good. I'm enjoying my internship. I don't mind staying. Just subtly, just try it once. Another day, after another 1 week or 2 weeks, you try it again, just so they know. That way, they have an idea that you're interested in the organization, and if they're thinking about hiring somebody from outside, they know that you're interested. Because if you go and you act like, I don't care, I don't want it, then they also would not consider you. But if you make your intentions known that I'm interested, or in case so, what are the possibilities, you start having those conversations with them, like, what are the possibilities of me staying? Would you be happy to have me? I'm happy to have you. Sometimes it might not be a line manager you need to talk to, it might be HR. You start having conversations, start having, basically just start talking to people that matter about, I want to stay, or I'm happy to stay. I think the most important person you're going to be your line manager and your team members, so start talking to them. All of that, just basically communicate, because if you don't communicate through your verbal words by saying it and non-verbal cues, they're not going to know, and then the role might just slip under you. But when you communicate, then they get to know that you want it. All right, so the last thing I would say you need to do is you need to know what the market rate or the salary range for that position you want to fill is, because you're going to have conversations about salary, and you want to at least have a benchmark to say, worst case scenario, this is how much if this is the list. You can try to negotiate more. Sometimes you might be able to, sometimes it might be that because you have come in as an intern, because you went to school, they might want to lowball but you decide, can I take this, can I not? It's up to you. But you need to also know what the market is saying. You need to do your research before that time. Get ready, act as if you're already working there. I remember when I was doing my internship, somebody once told me, Jessica, you're an intern here, but it doesn't look like you're an intern. Sometimes I forget that you're an intern, because in my head I wanted to stay, and I was like, see, let's just by faith, we're gonna apply ourselves, do our best work, and also come through with like energy, confidence, that kind of thing. So you also need to believe that you already have it, and do your negotiation, so that when you get to the negotiation table, you already at least have an idea of, this is what I expect, this is the least I'm gonna go for. And then from there, you now decide if you want to take it or not. I strongly believe that if you do all of these things, you show working, you do the work, you come through confident, you communicate, you have a negotiation, like you already know what you want, you're definitely going to get a full-time role after your internship. Like, actually, you know what? Try this out, right? Do all of these things, and let me know if you're able to convert it, because I really believe that you will be able to convert it. All you need to do are these things that I've mentioned: have a good relationship with the people who matter, do the work, and show that you are doing the work. Make sure that there's a vacant space that you can fill. If there is no vacant space, it is going to be hard. That means at the end of it, they might just cut you off, right? Also, you might want to check, do they have the money to pay me? That kind of thing. So you need to know all of this thing, but make sure that you've done your research beforehand, and then it's a place that you want to stay, and make sure that they know that you want to stay there. And I believe you get a job. Like, that's it. You're just gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Take it from me. You will get it. All right. I hope that you've enjoyed this as much as I have enjoyed it, and you've learned a thing or two, which is most important, right? And until next time, I remain Jessica Fortunes. Bye.